Where do you stand on the death penalty?
Well, here's where I am at the death penalty. I personally disagree with the death penalty for a lot of reasons. Number one, it can't be undone. And we are number one in the state for people being exonerated by DNA in light of wrongful convictions. Some of those people have actually been put to death on death row or died from cancer after serving sentences in prison waiting on death row.
When you
Uh,
say number one, you mean Broward County is number one?
oh, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Number one, we are well known in this state for the fact that we have had several major cases come back showing that the person who went to death row, Jesse Travella, the gentleman who, or Jesse I'm trying to, his last name is escaping me. Sonny Jacobs Linder's co-defendant. He was the gentleman whose head was set on fire with a sponge that they got at Walmart upstate when they put him to death. That case was subsequently the people were exonerated. It's the subject of a movie called The Exonerated.
Wow.
I mean, there are some things that have happened in this county when you look back at false confessions and nobody was prosecuted for them. Police officers clearly planted details, and nothing was ever done. There are some very, very tragic circumstances that have happened in this county. And again, as far as the death penalty is concerned, you can never go back and fix that. What's done is done. You also put the case into a whole other appellate posture where there really is never an end. And I really think that victims' families need to be educated and understand that when you ask for the death penalty in this case, your conviction is going to be attacked at every single level for decades.
Yes.
And you will continue to have this in your life as a result. And I think that people need to know that and understand that. We also need to acknowledge that it's completely not cost effective if that's what our goals are. We need to acknowledge that the deterrent effect is completely non-existent. And we need to kind of move forward in our philosophies of criminal justice.
Yeah.
Now, I'm also going to tell you that I handled death penalty cases when I was a prosecutor in Miami-Dade County. I can think of one that I can tell you. Life in prison was not enough for this person. And that is a case that changed me as a human being. And I've seen circumstances where I've felt that life was not enough. But I also recognize that as a civilized society, taking a life, I don't believe is what we should be doing in our system. Now, with that being said, I have the ability to rise above my own personal opinion and to apply the law as is necessary for me to conduct my duties as the state attorney. I will make these decisions as a committee with, again, the same type of multifaceted approaches: psychology, social work, educators, in addition to criminal justice professionals and lawyers. And we will make well-reasoned decisions that will have fleshed out all the facts before we make the determination that that type of a penalty should be applicable in a case. I think you're going to see a significant reduction in the application of the death penalty in Broward County as a result. And I will use the death penalty sparingly when the factors that statutorily require it are present.